Hello and welcome to this video. We're playing emrefurkan122 and we're going into a Ruy Lopez. Okay, so we can play bishop a4 here. Let's give that a try, and then obviously we have queen takes f3 in response to knight takes f3, and at the moment we're threatening the e pawn, which can't be protected by d6. So how does black solve this problem? Does he just take on f3? I think he might have to. He doesn't. He just takes. He plays knight f6 to be able to answer with knight e4. I think we'll get castled, and then we can have a bash at taking the e5 pawn. Still can't defend that. He can play b5, and then after bishop b3, take on b3, a b3, and then take on e5, and then knight takes e5, knight takes e4, sorry, and then knight takes e5. He's taking a long time though, so let's see what we get. I think if he just plays a non-committal move, yeah, okay, so this was what we thought. I mean, we could take on d4 actually, and then take on b5. That's an interesting idea actually, because after b takes a4, this pawn structure is pretty bad. Let's see what other options we've got. Okay, so let's just withdraw the bishop. We're going to play AB, and if knight takes e4, then we've got knight takes e5. I think that's fine. He can now defend the e5 pawn with d6 now. Okay, so he trades on b3, and then if I think if knight takes e4, we might be best off playing rook e1 rather than an immediate knight takes e5, just to use the e-file. I mean, I think black's lagging behind a bit in development. So, okay, so he just goes for d4. If d4 now, ed, we can play queen takes, and if knight takes e4, I think we have d takes e5. So just trying to open things up as quickly as we can now. Bishop g4 is an idea. Bishop g4, but then d takes e5. Okay, so knight takes d4, hitting the b5 pawn. Let's give that a whirl. We're also looking at the c6 square, which is a little bit sensitive. Let's just get on the... Actually, let's just pin this knight now. Bishop e7 is what we would expect here. We could play... Okay, so now we've actually got the f5 square. That's kind of nice. So... I think we might have had knight b5 there. Of course, the a pawn was pinned, but not to worry. Knight d2 seems a bit passive. Rook e1. Let's just go with rook e1. After bishop e7, we can maybe play knight. Let's try with knight f5 now. We're hitting g7 and e7. So if castles, then we can pin this. This knight was pinned to the queen. And what about this move now? e5, just d takes e5. But knight c3, and that knight is coming into d5. So we can play this. We can play this because after the take, after bishop takes knight, we have an attack on the queen, forcing the queen back. So now hg doesn't work, so you've got to move the queen, and now we can actually play bishop h4, because I think g5 is pretty unpleasant. I don't think you really want to play g5. And then I think probably just planning on queen f3, doubling the pawns, maybe queen d2. Queen d2 looks a bit less. Okay, so he's going for that, and I don't think Queen h5 takes on h6. It doesn't feel like quite enough. Oh, but it's not far off actually. What takes g5? Yeah, I think we'll just withdraw. I think that's fine. Okay, so let's get our queen to d4, centralizing. Pre-move the recapture of the rook on e1. We're hitting the queen, hitting the knight on. Okay, so that knight comes here. Interesting. Well. Okay. We can't do much about that really. So Queen g4. Now the question is, do I want to take with a pawn so I can push forward for f4? I think maybe I do. Or maybe f takes and then h takes. Probably doesn't make too much difference. I'm going to try that and then try and bust open this g5. Yeah, let's go with this now. And then we're going to play h4. Again, just pre-move the recapture. Alright, so now h4 to try and break open the file. We've got rook f1 coming, a convenient move. We've got the d4 square covered. If queen takes b2, I think we just sit on that and just... Okay, so let's... interesting. Let's get this rook f1 now. Queen takes b2, then I've got hg. So you have to kind of stay around the g5 square with your queen. Okay, let's play rook f5. We're now again threatening hg. Sorry, yeah, hg. If you play gh, what have I got then? Maybe I just have to take the queen and then recapture. That's not so great. Not sure I can see anything better. Can I play queen h? I don't know if... Okay. Well, let's take this now, since we've got this recapture is with check. Okay, so now we've got this check on this square. I don't know if that's so great, but we maybe potentially can play g4. And that covers the rook on f5. Again, just pre-move that capture. And otherwise I'm going to try and get on the... Okay, try and get on the f file. If queen takes b2, I'm going to play rook, I think e1 or f1. What do I want to play here? Okay, let's get there. We've still got this check on d4, but we'll just go king h1, and then I'm going to play f6 now to attack the queen. Okay. And then we've got some nasty checks on c8 now. If rook... Okay, is this check doing anything? I mean, this f7 square, I don't think... You've got to check on c5. Okay. Rook f3 to check on h3. Rook... If rook here... Isn't this bad for you? Maybe not. I'm not sure, it's hard to tell. I think I'm winning on time anyway, whatever else happens. Nearly a minute. Oh gosh, I just... Oh dear, okay, well, we'll win on time hopefully. Okay. So let's prevent... Alright, let's come here. Yeah, okay. So a bit of a blunder there, but I think we were winning there, and well, a huge blunder really. I think we were winning that position, and obviously a nice time advantage. Let's just see where we went wrong. Just thinking about this position for a moment. I wonder whether we need to take this bishop right away. I mean, this knight is in a wonderful spot to be honest, and actually maybe we should just be leaving it there for the time being. Try and just play a developing move like knight c3, maybe queen d4. Maybe black will play g6 and encourage us to take and weaken his structure. That would help us as well. So I think maybe this is a bit too precipitous. I still like my position though. After this capture here, we've got the e-file, we've got pressure on the knight f6. This pawn is quite annoying for black because it stops him breaking out. So I was fairly happy with the development of the game until here. So fast forwarded a few moves. I think maybe black should play g4 to stop rook h3, because I think when I get my rook h3 that looks pretty nice for me. He played rook queen back, then we have the check there. Now just check that I'm not missing anything here. I mean, let's just think about this. We have a... Oh, hang on. We've got rook h6 here. That looks good. Oh, hang on. Am I going completely mad? I'm going completely mad. I can just take the queen on g8. Literally, no idea why I didn't play queen takes g8, which is completely winning. I mean, we can also play rook h6 check, then king f5, and then queen takes g8. But, I mean, I don't know why I didn't play queen takes g8. So, it was a winning position. I just kind of had a bit of a brain fart. Okay, well, thanks for watching.